All right, everybody, welcome to the June 12th, 2016 Team Goal Crushers call. We're excited to have you guys on here. And if you want to talk, just go ahead and unmute yourself and you'll be able to talk. And then when you're done, just go ahead and mute yourself back so we can hear whoever is talking. Today on the call, we're going to have 3 people that are in the Push to Diamond, the Sprint to Diamond group, which we just talked about how to get to Diamond. It's having 12 people under you. They are in a special group with 175 people, and they are trying to push themselves to get to that level, help as many people as it takes to get to that level. So they're going to share 3 tips that they've learned so far being in the group. We also have some teammates that are doing the Ultimate Reset. The Ultimate Reset is a nutrition program with no working out that not a lot of people know about, but it's an amazing program that can give you some great results. So we want to share with you a little bit about that. And then Trenny and myself have been doing a Facebook like page, and we want to tell you what's good, what's bad, and if it's right for you. So we will be sharing that also. So some things that are coming up. Everybody knows that Summit's coming up July 27th through the 31st in Nashville, Tennessee. If there's any way that you can get there, do the research, get in a car, shack up in someone's hotel room, and just get there. It doesn't matter if you're there to party, because there's plenty of bars that you can go to. If you're there for the workouts, if you're there just to meet our teammates, or if you're there to actually sit in the business sessions and learn how to help people more. The week after that, August 6th, is our next Super Saturday. It's an amazing event. They happen all around the country. So there's no excuse why you can't get to this one. Take the day off work, make it a priority to get there. And in the back office, you can look up where the closest Super Saturday is to you. It's just coaches from all different teams that get together. They share how they're helping people. They share their transformation stories. And you get to see that the coaches are just real people. They're no different than you. And it gives you that extra oomph, that extra confidence factor to go help more people. This month, we are having the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme challenge packs on sale at $140. This is our go-to program. We help probably 90% of our people get started in the 21-day fix just because it makes nutrition so easy. So make sure that you're connecting with people if it's the right program for them. Get talking about it, and then by the end of the month, make sure that they know that, hey, the price is going to go up $20 if you don't commit by this. But another great program. Other than that, is there anything else that?
No. I got nothing. Ken,
okay.
I've been at work all day. I don't know what Ken's got going on over here, so I'll just chime in when I feel like it.
Okay, so let's get to the call. Let's start with the people that are going through the Sprint to Diamond group, and each one of them is going to share the top 3 things that they're learning in it. And if you can just hold off on your questions till the end of the call, that would be great, but just jot them down. But there's a good chance that your question is going to be answered at the end here. Another thing is that we asked you to come to the call with what is holding you back. So at the end of the call, we'd like to hear your story on what is holding you back from meeting your goals, whether it's the fitness goal or the business goal. So start writing that down and thinking about, what is holding me back, and then we're gonna get together with the other leaders on the team and hopefully do a little trainings or little videos or things like that on our team page to hopefully move you further. Or if it's a one-on-one call that it takes, we want to know what you need to do to move your business forward. So let's see. I see Amanda, Aaron, and Jody are going to be speaking. It looks like Amanda's ready to start talking. So Amanda, do you want to go first and unmute yourself?
I'm here. Hi guys. Okay, so I've been loving the Sprint to Diamond, and it's nice to meet everybody on this call, and I'm super excited about it. And the Sprint to Diamond has been really awesome, and I'm here if anybody wants any personal messages or wants to get some of the files from me. I'm ready to share. It's just diving in. We've dived into this program the last week, and it's been really, really cool, but really hard at the same time, but it's a good hard, that we all need. So my 3 things I'm going to talk about are don't overpost. And I'm going to say I do this. I sometimes just get so excited about something I'm feeling, and I'm posting it all over the place. But really, keep your post to a minimum, because you don't want those people that are looking at you and watching you and thinking to themselves, I can't be on Facebook all day like her, posting away and doing all this stuff. So you want to make your posts attainable and keep it at like a posting, make sure you have like a posting schedule and keep those posts attainable to other people. So you're not like posting 8 times a day and then somebody's like, yeah, I can't keep up with you. And again, I have to take that in consideration as well, because I love to post and keep people, motivated. The posting schedule, I was going to go over the posting schedule that they gave with us, but it's a pretty not that it's lengthy, but I was going to see if maybe I could just put it in a mass like message to you guys. I think that for me, it was the best thing to follow. And she gave us set up times, like Sunday night is the best time on Facebook to post between 6:30 p.m. and depending on which time zone you live in, to 9 p.m. So you want to make sure that on Sunday night you're on there posting, something that's going to catch their eye, that's going to give feeling to them. And then Monday night's another great time that you want to be making posts on Facebook. Probably, she said again, around that 6:30, 7 o'clock time until 9 o'clock. And then again, I have like Tuesday morning at 7:30, she said, is a great time to post. Tuesday to Sunday between 7 and 9. So it's lengthy. So I'm going to make sure I have it all right here, but I'm going to see if Ken wouldn't mind if I just kind of post a document on a message board or something, because if I sit here and go over every time and what to post, you guys are going to be like falling asleep on me. So, make sure that you have a post schedule and that and whatever your job is and whatever your life journey is and your season of life, post what you can post and keep your blinders on and stay focused. And, she said, kind of block out what everybody else is doing and follow your journey. And so this whole week I've been like this, keep your blinders on. You follow up, make sure that when somebody likes any of your posts, you follow up within 24 hours. If you let it go longer than 24 hours, it's most likely going to lose that momentum that they have in the whole idea that they're liking your post from. Again, I put Sunday night is the best time to post, and Monday night. Be creative with your posts. She said, think out of the box. You see a lot of these posts that you can look up on Pinterest, and the typical giveaway. We did the giveaway. The person's holding the fixate thing, and everybody's doing that. So, but just try to think out of your box. And what would you do? What makes you feel comfortable, and how would you post? Number one, the vital behavior is, invitation. And this is the second thing that I have taken away with it is I wasn't inviting people. I was scared. I was fearful. I was thinking that they knew what I was writing on the other side and they were going to be like judging me, right? So I feel like I've taken so much away from this, this group by learning the invitation process. And they gave us a script, one script to follow. And you just put in when you're writing to somebody in your script, you want to make sure that you go to their page or you see something that you like that they're doing and add that into your invitation. Like, hey, I just saw that you had a baby 6 months ago. I remember being in that same moment, that same season, and I know it's hard. If you need anything, I'm here for you. And say, when I was in your stage, I started wanting to get in shape. Is this something you're interested in? Make it very personal to them. And that's one of the things that I took away from it, because then it doesn't make it so scary for me, because I feel like, okay, I'm helping them. I'm not just trying to be like, hey, by Beachbody, let's see. Yeah, just make it as personal as possible. Use the scripts. She said that you want to follow up, and it takes 10 to 12 times before somebody's going to decide of inviting them. 10 to 12 times of inviting somebody to join you before they might even commit. So even though you're like, oh, I sent out an invitation, it doesn't, and then they don't message you back, don't get discouraged. Keep 10 to 12 times. You want to make sure. So on your invitation list where you put I put the person's name, I've been using different color pens to first time I message them, second time, and then I make sure that I'm doing it 10 to 12 times. And usually by the 4th or 5th time, you're getting somebody that's messaging you back. So that's been really helpful. And I think that's all I got.
Well, those are some great ideas and tips, Amanda. The graphic that I showed seen is that I think it said like 83% of sales happen in the 5th through 12th follow-up exposure.
Yeah.
So when we talk about exposures, we don't just keep asking them to the same thing every time. We like to, like, say we invited them to learn more, to watch a third-party tool about the 21-day fix the first time, and they said no, or they did watch it and then it didn't go anywhere. Well, then the next exposure, maybe it's a invite to our Super Saturday, or it's an invite to our free group. So when we say and keep inviting and keep following up, or it might be a post that you tag them in and say, hey, you know, like, but it's just different things to invite them to. As for the posting schedule, we will post the recording of this call, and then if you could post that posting schedule in the comments, that would be great.
I definitely will. I think it'd be easier. I have it on a Word document, and if I sit there and rambled it, we'd be here all night.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Thank you for sharing, Amanda. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's see. Aaron, do you want to go next?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Unmuted. Okay, so Amanda had a lot of really good, I think we're all on the same page how this is going. Yes, absolutely. Number one, vital behavior with this sharing, and so important. Part of what I'm getting through this is I come off confident. I come off like nothing bothers me. I'm good. But the truth of the matter is like, I don't ever want to be like considered pushy. I don't want to be considered like I'm harassing you or messaging you too much. So breaking down the fears is a huge part of this. And once again, I go back to Caleb Thomas. I don't know who's in our group message and who's not, but Caleb Thomas has an awesome YouTube video, and we could get that link shared to the page, I assume, about inviting like a master. And there is several things in this video that Ken and Trenny and Paul and all these different leaders are on our upline are saying to us and showing us and having us read. But I don't know what it is. Caleb, when he basically did like what he would do if he was looking at a person. Like, let's say I'm looking up a Facebook page of somebody. How he does his inviting procedure is he goes and takes a look at that person's Facebook page, finds out what he has in common. And like I said, that message, Ken, I know that's something that you've said you do, is you look for something that you find in common interest, vacation spot, whatever it may be that they're posting about. Find that how you can personalize that to yourself. That goes, again, the next point I have is personalizing your message. I have like a base message that I'm using. My dog's barking. I have kids sitting next to me poking each other. The dog's barking. I'm sorry. These two are like.
That's why we love this. That's why we love this, because it's our lives. And we share our lives, so don't ever try to hide anything. The post like that, like when you get off your post on, I was just presenting on a team call and my dog was barking. My kids were like wanting to see. Like that's what's funny, you know. This is a fun.
She's here now. She's joined us now. Anyway, back to this, personalizing your message. So I've got a base of a message that I'm using from verbiage from the group that I'm adding to and personalizing to that person. But it's a base bulk message of what my message that I'm trying to get across is, whether they've inquired about Shakeology, 21-day fix, whatever it may be. Again, another point I put is I get worried is that you don't want to come off desperate. You don't want to come off like super salesy. And that's something that they're really talking about in this group. I had a hard time, Amanda brought this up. I had a hard time messaging just randomly, I almost said patients. I'm not at work. Not friends or family or anyone that's inquired to me. That's how I've been running it. I'm new to this whole thing. February, I started Beachbody in January. February is like when I really kind of started feeling out the waters, and things have kind of gone from there. So with that, I've had good results. I'm very vocal about what I'm doing. I'm really big with Shakeology and eating well just because of the whole gluten-free thing that I had to do. And just taking this on like this, that this isn't a diet for me. This is a complete life change. So the ones that haven't reached out about I was having a hard time like, oh, I think this might be a really good idea, or this one's complaining that her jeans are too tight, and this, you know, and then last week she was talking about not having money, you know, for a kid's field trip. Why don't I invite her? Why don't I bring her into this and see if this may be something that she could really work to her advantage? I did not have an easy time with that at all. That was tough. But now I'm learning that we aren't bothering people. We're planting that seed. It might not be the right time. And Amanda, you brought up something that I really do preach about a lot. And that is that it might not be right for somebody at this point, but planting that seed, you don't know who's going to have a baby in the next year. You don't know who's going to have a heart attack in the next year. You don't know what's going to go on. So there's opportunities lying there that we don't even necessarily know about. Neither does that person, but things change in life. So setting that foundation and planting that seed, that tree is just going to grow as people's needs change. At least out of all of this, I have had a lot of feedback, inquiries, not so much about the coaching part, but I'm right in line. Like, conversations are going on, links are being sent for challenge packs. So at the end of the day, what we have to remember is, yes, we are making a push to Diamond. We want to help as many people as possible. We want to get on that higher pay scale. But at the end of the day, we have to set our foundation with our customers because they are our lifeline. And again, planting the seed, it goes into possible future coaches. You don't know if Sally from down the street is going to sign on with a challenge pack this month and think, oh my gosh, this is something I really think I could do. And boom, there's a coach for next month. You know, you just don't know what's going to go on. Setting foundation while working on coaches. Again, Amanda hit it. Timing your posts. Literally verbatim, I have exactly what she wrote. Timing your posts, and then underneath it, my bullets are posting schedules and not over posting. Critical, and I'm guilty of it. There's no secret that I'm not a quiet person. I'm very vocal about what I believe in. I'm very vocal about everything. Let's be honest. So that being said, I had to take a step back and look at the bigger picture as well and think, okay, I cannot, have 4 different posts about a Shakeology recipe, my cup for that day, the value and benefits. I need to focus on other things, and timing them is absolutely, I am going to follow this. In fact, I was in the shower tonight thinking about, I think I'm going to take this a step further, and each week, I don't know if I can get on a monthly yet where I can do this because I'm not fully there yet. I don't have the experience with it, but I think each week I'm going to set, with my posting schedule, I think I'm going to have some sort of, how do I say this? Subject, I guess, of what I'm going to post on. Maybe one week I'm going to focus on nutrition. The next week I'm going to focus on clean eating. The next week I'm going to focus on fitness and depression. I don't know. I'm just making these up as I go along, but these are things that I have in my head. And part of this group for me has opened doors. Like, totally thinking outside the box at this point. I'm pretty good with ideas and thoughts, but I will say also one more thing that I'm implementing, and I have implemented, Friday I started this, but one thing, like I brought up about Caleb Thomas's video, when I'm watching, hold on one second, get up and go. Both of you, take your iPod, go. No more, go. Sorry. Amanda's dying over here. They think tomorrow's their first day of break. They just got out of school Friday, and so they think that summer break is like they're free for all to stay up late. It's not happening.
I'm laughing because I can totally relate. Somebody get out of here.
Watching soccer. I'm like, oh my gosh. What was I getting to? Oh, videos. I absolutely, between the videos that are being posted in the group from people running the group and their friends and in our upline, and Caleb Thomas, I can't even think of some of them that I'm picking up, but I am absolutely finding that these videos are kind of empowering because they show you that kind of a real life experience. And I am definitely a visual learner. I can read, I'm definitely both, but more of a visual because I need to see, like, not that it's okay, but just sometimes that change in verbiage just helps things. And so different ideas, just like I said, thinking outside the box, absolutely 100% with this group. has taken it to a whole new level with me. So again, like Amanda said, I'm 100%. I'm now officially staying at home, working from home. So I am absolutely 100% comfortable. Message me, Facebook me, call me if you want, text me, whatever. There's anything that I can do, just ideas. We're here because this group is opening doors for all of us. I think, Amanda, would you agree with that? Like it really, especially for a newbie, I don't know how long everybody's been in, but this is the best thing I could have done. If there's more groups like this coming and you're fresh starting out, jump in them, because this definitely has opened doors. Definitely opened a lot of really good ideas. And I'm anxious to see, oh God, I'm scared to death of this live video. I talk to you guys and I'm like, is my hair okay? What am I doing? So this live video, holy moly, like I'm going to be popping Xanax like it's birth control. I'm scared to, no joke. Kidding about the Xanax. But yeah, can I have a glass of wine before this? Like I'm all kinds of fired up.
You seriously hit so many good points there. Just
10 minutes, sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we hit 14 points, but we're good. So at the men's leadership event, one thing that stood out for me is that these are people that have built multi-million-dollar businesses, and there was themes in common. And every one of them, there's no secret sauce. There's no secret out there that this is how you build the business and we're not going to show it to you. Everybody is willing to share what they're doing, but it just keeps doing things over and over again. So you try something and you try it for a while, and if it's working, great. If it doesn't work, then you try something else. But they were telling stories of things that just totally failed, that they just wanted to quit altogether. But instead of quitting, the next week they came up with another plan. There is so much training out there that's available. She talks about Caleb Thomas on YouTube, Scotty Hobbs, Melanie Mitro, Lindsay Matway. There's so much training available. We have groups just like they're doing, the Sprint to Diamond. Get in those groups. In July, we're going to have a team cup. This is 5 people getting together and working as a team to learn and grow and help people. So make sure that you stand up and you say, I want to be on that team cup team. There was one other point I was going to make. Oh, if you want to do this, you can. Just grab a mentor, grab someone that you look up to, grab someone that you connect with on our team, and run with this, because it's up to you. You don't wait back and for someone else to tell you what to do. You decide what you're going to do and, try something. So great job, Erin.
Thank you, Erin. That was awesome. You're so spunky.
One thing that I do want to say is there's a bunch of us from the same hometown area. Amanda, I think, are you from Shorewood, Joliet? Where are you from originally? She's still got her mic off.
She's from Shorewood.
Okay, so me, Kristen, you, there's a handful of us that definitely have a lot of mutual friends. The one thing I want to say is I've taken into my head, there's so many good posts that people are doing. There's so many, Amanda's, I've seen some of hers. I'm like, I'm taking that. But then I sit back and I think to myself, wait a minute, is Ken going to post something like that? Who of our friends who has seen it? You know what I'm saying? I am 100%. Take whatever you want. Take a picture. Take a saying. Take whatever you guys want. But that is one thing that I did think about. I don't want to come off like, oh my God, these guys are so scripted. It's unbelievable. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Just put it in your own words. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, is take whatever you guys need off mine. I'm fine with that. Like I said, images, whatever. But I'm definitely trying to stay aware of who's posting what and how many mutual friends I have with them. So like I said, don't look.
You're thinking too much into this. Be yourself and just go. Don't worry about that stuff.
Put your blinders.
Yeah, you're thinking way too much into this. Just go.
Absolutely.
Yep. You put the Erin spin on it and just roll with it, because you are your own personality and it's going to shine through. You and Amanda could do the exact same post and they're going to come off in different ways because you're
exactly
people.
And most of the time, the people that we're mutual friends with, they blocked me a long time ago, so they don't see any of my posts. So maybe you'll get to them. All right. So Jody, you're up. Mrs. Diamond.
Can you hear me?
You can hear you, yep.
Okay, and I just froze for a second. Okay, so for me, I have been actually coaching for 4 years. I've been doing this for a while, and I was to a point where I was really close to Diamond, but I feel like I would take 1 step forward and then 2 steps back. So I decided to do this group, and the things that I've learned are things that I already knew, but it just kind of, like you said, put the blinders on. They told me what to do, and I just ran with it. And so this group is finally what put me over. I've signed up 2 coaches already this month. I've got 1 more that I'm waiting for to sign up. I've got a couple more that I've been talking to. So it just kind of made me a little bit more at ease, made me more comfortable with approaching people about the coaching opportunity. So for me, and this is a little bit different maybe because I have been doing this for a while, I always struggle with who to contact. Like I would go through people's Facebook pages and I would scroll and scroll and scroll, and then I'd click on a video and, oh, this is interesting. And 15 minutes later, I was like, well, I didn't find anything to talk about. So I would move on to the next person, and it was just a waste of time. And I would try and get it set up the day before. These are the people I'm going to talk to. But it just felt kind of forced. Whereas with this group, what they had us do is they had us post something. So we had to post a free giveaway. We had to post our transformation story. And anybody that liked or commented it on, we then had to message them. And by saying, thank you for liking my post, it was kind of hard for me to step out of my comfort zone, but I'm hoping to motivate people. And then you jump in and say, hey, I'm starting a group. Would you be interested? And I've gotten so many people responded to that. Usually it's just crickets. I don't hear back from people. And then I just don't know how to respond to that. So I did get a couple no's, but people were getting back to me, and that was huge for me. And I think it was because they're interacting with me. They reached out, they liked my post, they commented on my post, so it was easier for me to go to them. So going forward, if I post something, even if I'm not inviting them, I may just go back and say, hey, thanks for liking my post, and then ask questions. It might be easier than just randomly scrolling through and seeing who I need to talk to. And then, like the other ladies, Erin and Amanda said, the purposeful and focused posts. I have been trying for, probably 8 or 9 months to put a plan in place as to what my posts are going to be. My kids are in school all day. I had all this time, and I thought, oh, yeah, I can be really focused and get a lot of stuff done. But like I said, I was scrolling Facebook, trying to figure out who to talk to. And I would wake up in the morning thinking, I'm going to be so productive. And then I would sit at my computer and I feel like nothing got done. So they gave us the schedule, and we have to post a recipe at noon. We have to post a motivational post at 6. We have to add value and tell some sort of story at 8 o'clock. And then we had to do a sweaty selfie or a workout picture in the morning. But by her giving me that schedule, it just helped me stay focused. I would create them a day in advance, and I would actually put them in. I use Postcron. There's also Hootsuite, so I would schedule them, and they would be out there. So I wouldn't have to worry about making sure that I'm home, or a lot of times I would just get too busy and I would forget. So by scheduling them in advance and having a plan in place, I got them done, and I'm getting a lot more feedback from people. So I'm hoping that I can continue that going forward. And then the other thing that's really helped me is having a script. So they had a 2-step invite. They've actually also had a bunch of follow-up posts. So within 24 hours, if people don't respond, this is what you can say. Or if you hear crickets, this is what you can say. And these are scripts that have been tried out in this group various times. They've run this group dozens of times. They said they are tested and successful, and so I'm confident. And there have been times where I've kind of doubted it, but if I'm just going to follow the script and send it, and I hear back from people. I sent 3 follow-ups today. I heard back from all of them already. So the biggest one for me, though, was when people are ready to sign up with a challenge pack, you give them 2 options. You say, well, you can sign up as a discount coach, or a loyalty customer is what they use the word to describe it, and you can save 25%. Or you can just be a customer in my challenge group and don't get the discount. And it's obviously a little bit more complicated than that, but those, sending those scripts out to people has helped me get 2 coaches already. And next I've got another one who's supposed to sign up any day. So those are the things that have just kind of kept me going this month, and it's where I've seen my success. So I'm kind of excited to see what they say for us to do next and how we can carry this into the next month.
Absolutely amazing. And you were talking about how it's hard to plan posts. I'd say that's one of my hardest things to do is plan posts. That's why I have it as number one on my to-do list. So I want to make sure that I am looking forward through the next week thinking, what do the people that are following me need to know to join me? What kind of value can I add this week? And I kind of like space them out throughout the week. Like, whose transformation story am I going to share? But that is such a hard thing to do. And if you're just going to sit down and say, oh, shoot, it's 2 o'clock, I need to post something, you're not going to get any good content. Nothing's in your mind. But when you're in the shower, you're like, this is what I want to post. Make sure as soon as you get out of the shower that you grab your phone and you jot it down. Because next time you sit down to plan those posts, you just pop up what you've been thinking about, and then you're like, boom, Monday, 9 a.m., this. And it's a lot easier. And it's adding value to people. It's giving them information. It's just so important. So great job, turning that corner and, doing that and making those invites.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny you say the shower, though, because that's where I have my best ideas.
Yeah.
So I want to get like a dry erase marker and write on the wall in the shower. Because by the time I get out, I forget.
Yeah, it's the shower that you get the best ideas, and it's when you're in the bathroom that you waste the most time scrolling Facebook. And seriously, if we took that time that we're in the bathroom and actually built our business and responded to people then instead of scrolling to Facebook, we'd all be just killing this business.
Shalene Johnson though says to have a pad of paper in there and like do your brain dump in your bathroom in the morning, like when you're getting ready. So that's another suggestion.
Perfect.
Yep. Waterproof whiteboard for the shower.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, congratulations
Thank
again.
you, Jody. Yes.
And like we always say is that the number one thing is that you're helping yourself. You are growing as a person. You're doing your workouts. You're doing your personal development. Jody she said she's been in this for 4 years. There isn't a challenge group that I haven't seen her in that she doesn't do it herself. If you're not doing the programs, if you're not trying something with nutrition, whether it's a 21-day fix, whether it's something else that you're doing, then how are you going to be teaching people things? How are you going to be learning yourself? You need to do it yourself to turn around and then teach them. So Jody has been spot on for the last 4 years, and that's why she got to where she is right now. All right. So let's see. Kate Fox, I haven't seen you on here. Are you on the phone somewhere? Kate, are you on the call? All right. We're going to have a special guest speaker to talk about the Ultimate Reset. Let's go to Nicole Byer.
Thanks, Nicole. You're welcome.
Nicole did not know she was going to do this, but I know she's done the Ultimate Reset before, so I think she can tell us a few things about it.
Actually, this is my first time. This is day 6 for me.
Okay, let's go to the next.
I can't tell you how it ends.
Oh, you're doing it right now?
I'm doing it right now. I'm on day 6.
Okay.
Well, tell us how it is so far.
Tell us
Yeah. So let me tell you, I've been a coach, for those of you that don't know, for 3 years, and the Ultimate Reset was always like this big, scary, shut the door, bud. This big, sorry, I got 2 kids too, and it's bedtime, but this big, scary program. I've done like every other Beachbody program, and to be honest with you, like I can rock the workouts every single day, but the nutrition is where I struggle. And I think that's true for probably 99% of us. So I've hit my weight goals, I've continued to build muscle, but I've got the little mom belly that just won't go away. And just the last couple programs that I've done, I feel like I haven't challenged myself quite enough. And I think the Ultimate Reset was one of those things where it has to be right for you. You have to plan ahead and look and see, because you spend a lot of money and you have to do it right. So I was going to start in July with a few other teammates, and then I wanted to do this so bad I started early. So the timing just worked. Kate and I started 6 days ago. And so far, probably the most challenging part of it is the meal prep. The foods aren't really hard to make. It's just a lot of it is ingredients that I've never used before. Or wandering through the grocery store asking people, what is this? And they don't know what I'm talking about either. So kind of just learning new things as well. But I found, I think almost everything I have liked so far. The breakfast this morning, what I actually ended up substituting because the what is it, tempeh for breakfast was a little, my husband was cooking bacon and it wasn't, it wasn't hitting the spot. So I made the oatmeal instead, but it was still in the approved meal list. But just in these 5 days, so I've been drinking a ton more water. I had found that I had been slacking on my water a little bit. So I'm drinking a ton more water. I had a garage sale with the neighbors. The girls sat and drank the Bloody Marys, and I didn't do it. I didn't give in. And, my friends have been, and my family have been really supportive. Instead of saying like, why would you do that? Come join us. They're like, good job, girl. You're doing good. So, yes, it's a challenge, but I've already sleeping better. In the last 9 years, I usually get up at least 2 or 3 times a night. And I'm probably sleeping better than I have since I've had kids. My husband has been dealing with phone calls in the middle of the night, and I haven't even heard his phone ringing. So that's a big difference. Yeah, so I'm just feeling really good. I'm missing the workouts because I have been working out almost every day for 3 years. But I feel good. I'm missing coffee a little bit, but I have plenty of energy. Overall, it's going really well. I know we start the next phase tomorrow, so I might be able to tell you a little bit more about that in 2 weeks. But
well, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the food today was absolutely amazing. Like I could eat like this every single day. I have not felt hungry once.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
So for everybody that doesn't know exactly what this is, the Ultimate Reset is a 21-day program that is all nutrition. There is absolutely no working out during it. And there's 3 phases of it. There's the reclaim, release, and restore phases. Yeah, and basically what you're doing is the first week you're cutting out all toxins in your body. So no caffeine, no liquor, no, what else is there? No,
they cut way back on the meats.
The meats, the dairies.
Yeah, you only have, you have chicken or salmon a few times in the first week.
And then the second phase it's a gentle cleanse. And then the third phase is getting all the probacteria back in your body that you've killed off for so many years. Trenny and I did it. The first time we did it, I was already at my goal weight of 152. I did it, and after the first week, I was so scared because I was losing so much weight. I called Paul and I said, I got to quit this. I ended up losing 14 pounds, going down to 139 and losing 4% body fat. Trenny lost 10 pounds. She was at her goal weight. She lost 10 pounds and 4% body fat. We have a teammate, Sean Eckert, right now. He's in his 10th day. He lost 23 pounds. His wife is on the 10th day. She's lost 10 pounds. And this is no working out. The supplements that you take, it raises the pH in your body. You are seriously on the perfect ratio of protein, fat, and carbs that your body just kicks into gear and just starts burning stuff. Like it's amazing. Like no one would ever imagine this happening to you.
We've actually done it twice.
Yeah, we've done it twice.
2 times.
But it's like she said, it's expensive. But for the supplements, for the nutrition guide, for the foods, for the things you eat, but you learn so much about the food you're cooking. You learn so many great recipes that you take those recipes on in the future and you make them time and time again. So I do recommend everybody to try this once at some point, because then you can recommend it to people that you know.
Yeah, that's another reason why I did it. I feel like I couldn't speak to it. And like you can, I've kind of been at my goal weight. But I have lost 5 pounds in the last 6 days, and it's like that's not like completely my goal, but like you just feel so much better. I don't have the afternoon crashes, you just feel like on an even keel all day long. And I also learned I'm very much a social eater. Like, we're hanging out and everybody's drinking or having snacks, and I've really started to notice. I mean, it's a little bit more intense than 21-day fix, but I've really started to notice, like, okay, I would have totally just eaten that.
Yep.
And I'm not hungry.
Exactly.
So it's a wake-up call on how you treat food.
Yeah. So,
Hey, can I chime in for a second with the about the reset?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. One thing I want to point out, and this was just for me specifically, is when I did the reset. Well, first of all, for those that don't know me, I'm Tony. I've been coaching for a little over 4 years. Well, yeah, 4 years. I had a very specific reason when I did the reset, and it was to see what it was going to do for my cholesterol levels. It wasn't about weight loss. It wasn't about trying to feel better. I had those things that came with it, but for me, the numbers have started creeping back up. I didn't know why, you know, but kind of like Nicole was saying, you know, you snack here and there without really realizing it. So I had a lot of that stuff pointed out to me. I did lose 13 pounds when I did it. I slowly gained that back, but in a good way. I was purposely trying to put that weight back on. But for me, the cholesterol numbers dropped to 88 points. So I think when you go into a program like the reset, you got to have a strong why. I know we talk about this all the time. We talk about it with our business, and we talk about it with our workouts and stuff. But the reset, I don't get intimidated much by stuff with these workouts. I was intimidated by the reset. And, you know, I had called Paul too, and, you know, I had lots of conversations. Thank God my wife had already gone through it. So when I did it, we did it together. She's actually probably the expert to talk to. She's done it 4 times, 5 times, and she's going to do it again in July. So, I mean, she's probably like our resident expert on, you know, the ask. And, you know, one time was working midnight shift, and, you know, so, you know, back on days now with nursing. So long days, family life, you know, she's managed to get it done. But anyway, so I just want to point out, it's really going to teach you a lot about your food. And a couple things for me personally I discovered is that I eat way too fast. And I still do that, but I'm not as bad as what I used to be. So, you know, it just the types of food, you know, how you treat food, how you look at food, your water intake. You think drinking a gallon a day doesn't sound very challenging until you really have to do it.
Yeah. So definitely.
I have a question for you guys that have completed it. So when you came back to it, how long did it take you to get back to feeling strong in your workouts again? Because I teach Insanity, and even just 2 days into the reset, when I had to teach my class and I told them, hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I explained it. I said, I'm going to scale back. I'm going to demonstrate and then motivate. But I did like 5 push-ups and I was like, whoo. So like, does that come back like pretty quick?
Yeah, it does. Okay. So when I finished, T25 was the first program I did. And that whole first week I struggled, but by week 2, I was feeling better. So, you know, yeah, you're going to have some downtime when you're trying to get back into it, but your body will adjust. You know, you're going to slowly, well, not for me, that's a whole nother issue, but you're going to start slowly adding some of these other foods back into your system and everything. As you get back into your routine, you know, I would say give it about a week and you should start feeling, you know, a lot better, a lot stronger as you go through your workouts. I will add, and this is not to self-promote, but I did a video journal, video log, I guess if you'll say. I have it on YouTube. So if anybody is curious about what it's like to go through all 21 days, I have from actually day 1, well, day 0. And it's kind of funny because the video, I'm really like, hi, I'm going to do this program to day 21, 22, and I'm giving my results, and I've got so much energy that you think I'm going to jump through the screen. So even just my body language, how I acted, I don't know the right word I'm looking for, just that really took a transformation too in 21 days. I didn't realize until I went back and actually looked at it. So
cool.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right, so we are already 48 minutes into this. I put together a PowerPoint presentation about our like page, but I don't think we have enough time to go through it right now. So I'm gonna get with the other Diamond leaders and see if I should just do a taped Zoom call that I can just post in the team page, or if we should just cover it the next team call. But I do want to get this information to you because I do think it's important. But I want to just you know, go to the question and answer session of everything that's been covered so far, and also just tell people what they're struggling with, what they need to know to take their own fitness and nutrition to the next level, or their business to the next level. Because when you speak up, that lets us know what we need to hit on these team calls. So does anybody want to share? I'm going to go ahead and just unmute yourself. And
Kristen wants to talk.
Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself, Kristen.
Hi. Okay, so I had family over at the beginning, but I didn't hear the beginning part. But I'm also in the Sprint to Diamond. And what's singing to me is I like the structure. I like the schedule. It's like this time post this type of message, this time post this type of message. Usually Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Mondays pretty much is your busiest time of the week. So if you want to promote anything, like that's where they massively promote stuff for like free groups or challenge groups, the giveaways that they had us post. And another thing that they had said too was when you go to message them, don't just type it, talk it. Give them a voice message. And I've gotten a lot of response, a lot more positive response, because they can hear the sincerity in your voice. They can hear that you actually care. It's not necessarily it's a script that you read, but you make it your own. And it's like, oh, I know who this is. Oh, hey, you know, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, thanks for this. You know, and they go on and with your pitch. But I'm also starting the reset along with Maria. So I'm excited to start this. I cannot wait. My nutrition is where I'm struggling big time, especially with the girls. One's very super picky. I'm still food chaining with her, and I'm a long way from that, but I still catch myself eating a little bit of her food. But I'm hoping through this reset, that's what's gonna just push me right back into where I need to be.
It will. Don't spend 21 days working on your nutrition and doing macaroni and cheese on the side.
No.
All right. Is there anybody else that wants to chime in?
Hit it, John.
Just a question, because I've been putting off doing the reset since it came out. And for those of you that are doing it or that have done it, how much time are you spending, or do you spend food prepping? Is it
a lot? Yeah.
The first week is the hardest. The meals are the most complex. So if you can partner up, if you can get like Ken and I did it together, which was great, because on the days where I was home, I would meal prep everything for him. And on the days he was home, he would help. It gets easier as you go, because the second week you cut out your meats, your grains, things like that. And by the third week, you're living off fruits and veggies. So It gets easier. If you can make it through the first 7 days, like you're kind of in the sweet spot after that. And in the book, it actually tells you, okay, today you're going to make extra beans and rice because you're going to have this for lunch tomorrow. So it does take that into consideration. You do have some of the meals multiple times, and it will tell you when you need to prep those extra meals. So that it helps, but
the first time we were trying to make everything the day before and then eat it the next day. Then we realized like we can look 4 or 5 days ahead, or 3 or 4 days ahead, and say you're getting a microgreen salad every day. We would make 8 of them and stick them in the fridge. So now you have those. So you learn little tricks as you go along through it to make sure you prep. If you have a food processor helps with the veggies so much, because there's a lot of peeling cucumbers and cutting cucumbers and carrots. A food processor helps out so much. So if you can get one of those.
And it's not like the meals aren't complicated for me. It's like, what is this seaweed? Like, I've never made a wrap before. Like, you know, so it's just the experimenting with the stuff. I actually ended up with a burrito instead of sushi rolls, and I just ate it like a burrito. But yeah, they're not difficult. It's more of like, what is this and how do I use it? So, but yeah, I agree. Even I'm on day 6 and it's already getting easier. And I'm like, okay, I know what that is and I can make it.
And it comes with a shopping list. Like before, like there's always been a shopping list, but now with the newer edition or version that we just did, it like breaks it down. It's like, okay, week 1, here's what you need. And you just go to the store and buy it all at once, you know, because we were trying to make multiple trips, you know, several times a week, and we were cutting everything by hand. And then the second time we had the food processor, and holy smokes, that's a game changer.
And then remember, you're not working out, so that's extra time that you can prep your foods and cook them. Yeah. If you have everything prepped, it doesn't take very long to cook it or get it prepared. It's just, you know,
there's like not a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And pumpkin seeds really only take 1 or 2 minutes to roast.
We burned multiple batches.
Yeah, me too.
Don't walk away from the pumpkin seed.
No, don't try to do something else.
Oh, thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
And the greens. So Kristen made this amazing shot video on how to take the greens, and I have to have her post it in the page because it's the best thing ever, and it has saved me on the greens. I think Kristen
awesome.
Thought, right? Yeah.
It was Kate. It was Kate.
Yes, it was Kate. Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's amazing. She'll teach you how to take the green shot. I'll be sure to post that in the Gold Crusher page.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always call it the grass. I was like, oh, gotta go drink my grass.
Yeah. No, we don't drink it in our group anymore.
Oh my.
We take a shot. We got salt and a lemon wedge, and we take shots.
You do get used to it actually by the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today it wasn't bad at all. The last few days haven't been bad, but
I didn't think it was all that bad.
I didn't think it was bad either.
I liked the fiber sweep. I thought that was amazing.
Well,
I was like,
I didn't think the fiber was bad either.
no, I thought it was sweet. So I don't know.
I have the texture on the stuff messes with me, but Kate's trick has saved it. Like I was plugging my nose and chugging it the first 2 days.
Wow. Well, you guys are all going to be all the healthy and clean and feel great in Nashville, and then it's bars and bad food everywhere. And
I swear, Beachbody coaches, they go from event to event. So you work out, you're eating healthy, and then you go on like your vacation, your Nashville, or you go on the Success Club trip, and then it's everybody just for a week, just like, oh, we did it. Then you get home and you have to start again.
Coach has gone wild.
All right. Any other questions, comments, things? It looks like Michael wants to talk. What's up, Michael?
All right.
You know how to unmute yourself? There you go.
There you go. I just got to Emerald and I started getting leads, and it's great.
Congrats.
It's all new to me.
Yeah.
And like my first lead, I call him or I text him, and he's very responsive, and he got back to me. He ordered Body Beast, and he wants to he's a bit overweight, and he wants to lose weight. And I was like, Body Beast. So any help with leads or anything would be greatly appreciated. I'm on Facebook. You guys can message me any pointers or tips. This is my 18-year-old daughter. She signed on as a coach as well. She's very motivated. She's in better shape than I'll ever be.
All right. Welcome, guys.
She's ready to run away with it. But, yeah, any tips on leads and whatnot would be greatly appreciated.
Awesome.
Does anybody have any tips on leads that's
I would say to that, get with one of us that are in the Push to Diamond group. Myself, Amanda, Jody, Kristen. I'm naming the ones that are in this group. Nicole, are you?
Yep.
Yeah, you are too. Yeah. I was like, who else is on this video or on this chat? I would say request us and follow in the group like what we're posting about with this group. This is exactly what this is all about, is opening the doors, reaching inside yourself, reaching inside your inner circle, not even your inner circle. There's so many people out there that I never would have thought that I'd be messaging about Beachbody because I was so afraid of being judged. I don't want them to be like, oh, what kind of scheme? I didn't have a good feeling about it. I don't do well with scripted stuff that sounds scripted, but guess what? Those scripted things that I'm reading right now and are working for me because I'm tweaking them. I'm personalizing them a bit. So get with us, follow along with what we're doing. We're talking about this posting schedule. These are all major, major game changers in the new world of coaching and recruiting and getting customers and helping people.
Hey, Michael, did you get the Welcome to Emerald document? No, the Goal Crushers, Paul made a thing. It says Welcome to Emerald, like congratulations on becoming an Emerald, and it talks about contacting your leads.
It's in
I do believe I was flying this week. I work for the airlines as well, and so like 4 days I was like boom, 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 and I missed the whole push the diamond thing.
Gotcha.
Now I'm trying to catch up, and the Emerald thing. Yeah, I've been clicking through a little bit of that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's got some good tips in there. If you've already contacted, you texted your lead and they got back to you, keep doing that. You just did something right, because a lot of leads, they were drunk at 2 a.m. They clicked that they wanted a coach. They don't know who you are, and they're not going to get back to you. So they don't know what they bought. It's going to come in the mail in 3 days. So because they probably bought it off an infomercial. But yeah, I mean, just on YouTube, you can Google that. Just keep trying things. But if someone's already contacted you, that's great. Personally, I went from eating 1,800 to 2,100 calories a day, and I bumped up to Body Beast, and I went to 2,950 calories. I ended up losing 6 pounds and gaining a ton of muscle mass. My fat went crazily down, but I was eating perfect. So you can definitely lose weight on it. I mean, how big is this guy? Do you know how much he has to lose?
He was saying he's like 260, and he needs to be about 180. So he's probably up there a bit. A more cardio-based program would probably be better off for him, but he just saw Body Beast and said, boop.
Yeah. And
Hey, Michael, do you listen to any podcasts?
Getting into that. I've been downloading a bunch.
Okay, a really good one is your virtual upline, and they have one on I think it's what is it, sending third-party tools or something. I'll have to look. I'll send it to you. But it's basically how to communicate with people, and I guess like how you don't speak with them, but get them in contact with either a video or another person on our team or somebody in the upline, and it gives you a little bit more credibility as well. And actually the whole podcast is really great if you have time to listen to it. But I'll send it to you.
I was amazed that he was very receptive. I texted him a couple days ago when I was on the trip. I said, I'll be available this Saturday and Sunday. And I called him, he answered, and we talked for a good 20 minutes about what he was looking to do. He was worried that his package it showed delivered, but he didn't know where it was. So I told him, customer relations will track that package. He was having problems with his login. So right now I'm just waiting for a text back from him to see if he's able to get on. Cause I was like, you can get started with your Beachbody On Demand. It's there waiting for you. So he's very receptive, and that was good for my first lead. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then later on I logged in and there was another lead sitting there. So I shot her a text and I'm waiting for a reply from her. So very motivated.
And those leads turn into diamond coaches as
sometimes. Uh-oh, I just lost my whole computer here.
All right, guys. Well, it's already been over an hour. So great call, great information. We'll get this recording up and we'll post what we told you that we'd post in the comment section. I'll follow up with the other diamonds and find out what they want me to do with the like page slides and the presentation I had planned. But thank you so much for spending some time. Thanks for sharing and spending an hour with us on a Sunday. So have a great evening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.